Good morning, everyone, distinguished colleague, esteemed reviewer, and fellow researcher. Thank you for the opportunity to present our study entitled Enhancing SME's Financial Performance Through Accounting Information System Adoption, a Business Modified UTI-2 approach in Indonesia, conducted as part of the 7th International Conference and Community Development ICCD 2025. My name is Ardeka Putra Hargianto, and I'm joined by my co-author, Ikrar Adinata Arin and Dr. Muhammad Haikal. As illustrated in this slide, small medium enterprises or SMEs constitute the bedrock of Indonesia's economic framework. According to process data from the Ministry's Cooperative and SMEs, the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology, and the Central Statistic Agency for 2019. SMEs account over 63 million micro enterprises alone, alongside 7,083 and 132 small enterprise and 60,702 medium-sized one and mere 5,500 large enterprises. This distribution underscores SME's pivotal role in driving employment, innovation, and national GDP growth. Yet a pervasive challenge persists: the widespread reliance on manual accounting processes, which engender inefficiencies, heightened error rates, and protracted decision-making cycles. This leads us to our research question. In what manner can the adoption of Accounting Information System or AIS mitigate these operational impediments for Indonesian SMEs? As depicted in the subsequent visualization on this slide, the classification criteria delineating micro enterprise by asset not exceeding 50 millions rupiahs and sales turnover up to 300 million rupiahs and small enterprise up to 500 million rupiahs in asset and 2.5 billions rupiahs in turnover. Medium enterprise accordingly scaled and large enterprises beyond. Highlight the resource constraint inherent to smaller entities and amplifying the urgency for scalable technological intervention. The adoption of ICE holds transformative potential for SMEs. Empirical benefits include a marked reduction in human error, expedited decision making through real-time data analytics, and enhanced compliance with financial reporting standards. Quantitatively, ICE implementation can diminish administrative costs by up to 15% and elevate report accuracy by 20% and to 30%, as evidenced in our science synthesis data. However, adoption remains suboptimal, with only 35% of Indonesia SMEs integrating ICE. Principal barriers encompass prohibitive implementation costs, dearth of technical expertise, and entrenched resistance to organizational change as outlined in the challenge metric on this slide. To interrogate this dynamic rigorously, we adapted the unified theory of acceptance and use of technology to or to framework, tailoring it to the business-oriented context of SMEs. As shown in this title, our modifications incorporate novel constructions, business network influence supplanting traditional social influence, to reflect interfirm relational pressures, hedonic motivation, capturing perceptual enjoyment in system use, technology readiness, assessing infrastructural preparedness, habit denoting routinized behavior, and financial resource availability addressing fiscal viability, a critical factor in resource scarce environment. This business modified UTI-2 thus provides a nuanced lens for examining ICE adoption antecedents. Our research methodology, detailed in slide 7, employs a quantitative paradigm aligning with the exploratory nature of technology acceptance studies. We surveyed 30 SMEs across diverse sectors in Indonesia, utilizing structured questionnaires to capture perceptual and behavioral data. Response were analyzed via SMPLS, structural equation with partial least squares, a robust technique for validating latent construct in non-probabilistic samples. This approach ensures statistical rigor while accommodating the heterogeneity of SMEs profiles per the 2019 ministerial criteria referenced earlier. This slide presents our hypothesis testing outcomes of the 8 proposition derived from the modified framework. 6 demonstrated statistically significant influence on ICE adoption, intentions, and usage behavior, while 2 exhibited negligible effect. Delving deeper in this slide, the analysis reveals compelling insight. Performance expectancy, reflecting perceived utility enhancement, yielded a p-value of 0.005. Effort expectancy, gauging ease of use, register a highly significant p-value of 0.000, and our novel financial resource availability construct similarly achieve p equals 0.000, underscoring its salience in adoption decisions. This finding affirmed that SMEs prioritize systems promising tangible performance gain and minimal learning curve, particularly when subsidized. In conclusion, our study elucidates how a business modified UTI 2 framework illuminates the pathway to ICE adoption, terribly bolster SME financial performance amid Indonesia's dynamic economic landscape. The significant effects of core UTI elements augmented by financial and habitual factors signal actionable lever for policy and practice. Accordingly, we proffer targeted recommendation. First, the allocation of subsidies through the ICE program is intended to provide financial assistance to SMEs. 2 is digital skill training. And 3, the design of the ICE system is intended to be user-friendly. 4, absolutely digital infrastructure policy. Okay, in summary, empowering SMEs through ICE adoption is not merely an operational imperative, but a strategic catalyst for sustainable economic resilience. Okay, thank you for your attentive engagement.